anyone who would like to start off the questionnaire, feel free to. Thank you. When did you realize you were going to actually have your 200th show? Because you were supposed to have it in July, you postponed it till August, September, October, and then you finally had it set for November 8th. Is this actually going to happen? Well, that's actually a good question. Thank you, Jeff from Jeff TV. That's a great question indeed. I actually was going to have it in July, in mid-July, and then I postponed it till August, and then I postponed it till September, October, and now the date is set for November 8th to have my show because I wanted to respect Tim Wakefield. Tim Wakefield postponed his 200th career win a few months, so I just wanted to respect the Wake and have my 200th show after his. I'll take a question from you. Bob Stanhope from ABC News.
Hi, this is Bob Stanhope from ABC News. This isn't a real press conference. What's going on?
No, what are you talking about, man? This is a real press conference right here. I don't come over to ABC News and judge you on what you're doing with your interviewing and so forth. Bob Stanhope. No more questions. No more questions. No. Oh my God. Good afternoon, everybody. Apparently I'm Shawn Hansen, the host and producer of this show. That's what it says on my press pass right here. Brought to you in part by the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, MBTA. This is the 200th show of Shawn Hansen's Comedy Corner. You guys can clap when... right here we got Bob Seibel. He's Milestone Bob. He's here for all my Milestone shows.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
To me.
This is Alana Sosko. She's been on many of Shawn Hansen's Comedy Corner shows. And this is the one and only Eric Bell.
If you don't know me, you should.
All right. And apparently it's the holiday season, so Cliff is here to be the co-host.
Yeah, Cliff.
and we got Nick over here. He's better than Pete Bouchard. I don't care what you say. But anyways, we're going to start this show off by interviewing. We're going to interview from the right to the left. So Bob Seibel, how has everything been?
I'm here, I'm alive. And
That's
I'm
good.
thrilled to be here because I never realized that we draw this many people tonight. An amazing crowd. If you people could see what I'm looking at, it's bringing tears to my eyes, all the vacant seats that are here. You ought to be proud of yourself. I mean that sincerely, you and your sidekick there.
Which one?
Kanga.
Cliff or Nick?
Oh, hey, man, 200, and it took you, what, how many times? 3 weeks to do them. It's amazing. Guy hasn't slept in almost a month. It's just amazing. It's going on with this stuff and roll. Congratulations. I mean, enough.
So
Have you noticed I got the haircut?
Yeah, you got the haircut. I got the haircut.
Oh, yeah.
We don't look
yeah,
like
that's
each other.
right. We're through protesting now. And I got this haircut for a reason.
Verizon's finally paying us.
True story. I'm doing a convalescent home. Is that what you call them? You know, retirement community, whatever. And I've done them previously, and I stopped doing them years ago. The first sign that I would not do them anymore was in Rockport, Mass. While I was up performing in front of people in their late hundreds. Most of them were alive. There were a few being, propped up with exterior means, but true story. You ready? While I was performing, a lady was walking by me going, "I lost my teeth." And I went, do I really need the money? Do I need the $50? And it was just, true story, $50 to do this in an afternoon. So that was the beginning of the end for the old age homes. And then somebody said, would you come to Salisbury, Mass. and do a show? And I said, okay, you know. And I went up there, and this was the convincer. While I'm on stage, an old guy threw a frying pan at me.
Oh, man.
And didn't hit me, you know, just hit me, and I went, that's enough. So the reason why I got this thing cut down, another comic named Jimmy Loletta called me, and he said, listen, I got an old age home. And I goes, no, I'm not going to do it.
You don't want any more
He said,
fries?
well, and he named the price at $230. I go, well, let me reevaluate this. Because Jimmy told me his last experience with a senior home or old age home was while he was on stage, you'll already know Loletta. While he was on stage, people are yelling at him, go home! So I said to Loletta, if you go, I'll go. So it's going to be, we'll do a back-to-back thing. And if they come at us, we can defend ourselves. It's going to be,
So with
line up the wagons.
with the,
True story.
with the holiday season coming up, are you going to be doing more of these homes?
No, this is the
Are you
one.
going to be in a homes?
I'm pretty soon, the way things are going. You know what's coming up, and it's amazing. These
Your birthday's
punks have
coming
no
up,
clue.
too.
Of course, young kids here, for God's sake. I'm looking at 7 decades.
Wow.
7 decades that I've been around trying to kill myself, and I'm still alive. It's amazing what you can put in a system and still survive. Oh,
having a
those
birthday?
rehabs really work.
You having a birthday party?
I'm having a birthday party, and it's gonna be half of Massachusetts. The room holds 10 people. I got like 400, and, and the band. The band's gonna be on the roof, piping the music through the vents or something. No, hey, I'm throwing a monster, but I figure, what the hell?
So you're going to have a band
Enjoy.
coming? Or?
Big 18-piece band, and I got a doo-wop group called Street Magic. Nobody. And all
You going to
kinds
do
of
any
good.
stand-up at that?
No stand-up. No comics are allowed to do any time. Because the last one, we had a situation where somebody did something rather risque, and it alienated a lot of the people. So we're not going to have any of that stuff. But I'm here. I'm looking at all these people, and I'm saying, my God, I'm still around, right? This is a true story. Like everything else is a lie, but this is a true story. I was in Walmart about 5 days ago, and I was behind a lady who was approaching the end of her journey, and she's driving, and stop and go, and I drive a Standard, a very high-priced. You ever hear of a Hyundai Accent? Very high-priced sports car, and I've got a standard shift, and I kept shifting, and finally it stopped. All right, it stalled. And these 2 young guys are going by me, maybe 20-year-old young men. They go, look at the guy, what a jerk, he stole this car. He goes, hey, lighten up. And the kid said something back to me, which I can't repeat on TV, you. And I go, oh yeah, you too. So the kid said, I'll kick your ASS. I go, you will, huh? So I had the hand on the door, ready to get out, and his buddy said, don't hit him, he's 80. I would have taken the punch in the face a lot more acceptable rather than be said that. So, wow, you never know what people think when they say, I'm going to Adam's plastic surgery, gonna get a breast reduction, and I'm gonna get the face lifted and everything, because I gotta stay in there. I'm in a competitive business.
They thought you were 80, 10 years
Can you believe
older
that?
than you are.
Oh,
You don't even look like you're 70.
oh, thank you, Shawn.
And then the Lynn item got your age
Remember
mixed
that
up
one?
last
Oh,
year.
yeah.
So what do you tell people?
I just tell them I'm
How do you look so young anyways?
preservatives.
It's in everything.
Well, I won't mention this. No, I'm talking about the old days. I grew up in the 50s. No, I was born in the 40s, grew up in the 50s, and got stuck in the 60s.
And then it came out in 2011.
We grew a lot of grass. I cut it all. It was nice. But
Speaking of cutting things, we're going to cut to Alana's sister,
bada boom.
our next guest. I said guest. But Alana, how's everything been?
Really well. Listening to Bob reminded me of the first surprise birthday party I ever threw for my dad. And I threw the surprise birthday party for my dad, and he thought he was going to my husband's graduation party. So he arrived late. He was all upset because he had to stop off, get a card, get money from a pocket bank. He shows up, walks in the door, everyone screams surprise, and he starts crying. And my dad's the oldest of seven sons, and he and his brothers are like, oh, it must be from the stroke, because they're not allowed to cry in that time. And now every year for his birthday, I give him like a wedding card or like a baby shower card. I call it the gift that's a gift that keeps on giving, so that when he goes someplace and he's not ready or prepared, now all he has to do is get the money, not the card.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you think you're a comedian? Funny.
Well, I have been.
Yeah, I love him though, and he
Yeah.
does give me a lot of material, so it's yeah, it's my way of honoring him.
That's cute.
Now, how did things go in New Hampshire? Because we had that snowstorm in
Flippin'
October.
awful.
Yeah.
It was awful. I went through $40 of candles in 2 days. For those of you that don't know, we lost power on October 29th at 6 p.m. and we didn't get power back, most of us, for 7 days. Nothing. We had to boil water to do dishes, boil water to bathe. I don't know how people did it in the old days because they had to boil water, and before that you got to start a fire. And it was, you wake up in the cold. We're all sleeping in one room. I have, we're a family of 5. We have 6 pets. We outdid the human to pet ratio, which is not a good idea because they can do simple math. And it was rough. I'll be honest with you. There was a lot of generators stolen in our area. Yeah, there was break-ins where people were just going into homes, and it's really sad because my town is such a wonderful town and such a great community, and you hate to think anything like that is happening, but it does, So that's why I keep a baseball bat by my front door. And,
That's good.
Yeah,
It's always good to keep a baseball bat near your door.
it is because I don't believe in guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're actually thinking of starting your own show in New
Yes.
Hampshire. You're going to have 3 different shows.
Yes.
Tell me about this and when this is going to happen.
Well, from what I understand, we're going to start filming right away, and one is going to be a comedy show called Comedy on Purpose that I'm very excited about, and I'm hoping that you will be my mentor and help me with that.
That could be a nightmare.
That's fine. That's fine. And the second one will be adult. I am a goddess with Athena's Home Novelties, and that will be on the lowdown because I have 3 kids in 3 different school systems, and a lot of my town is kind of uptight, but I think it'll go really well because I'll go in disguise, and I will. I'll have one costume too, so I don't have to worry about outfits. Pretty sure these shoes are going to be involved, for sure. And then the third one that I'm kind of most excited about is a scavenger hunt. It's a concept that was not my own. A good friend of mine shared with me one of his favorite memories from his childhood was to go on a community-wide scavenger hunt. And he said that it was the only day that you could run through someone's yard, pick up a gnome, and not get shot. And they didn't do it as a fundraiser, but I came up with this idea that we would set up 25 different teams. They'll go to different places around town. It'll be based on a point system, not a race against time because that can be dangerous. And each team has to have a baby boomer, an X-Gen, and a Y-Gen on the team. They need to have a cell phone where they send in pictures of where they are, and they earn points that way. And we will run a TV series interviewing the teams, interviewing the different sponsors, and I think it'll really help create community. And my goal is it's something that it can happen every year and bring everybody together. And I think that when you're proud of your community and the more that people know each other and are kind of brought together for one thing, that maybe we'll have less crime, Maybe
Now,
the
is
only
this-
criminals will come in from out of town.
Is this something where the group with the biggest gnomes, they win? Or
No, it's going to be point system based. So like the teams, if they decorate their car, they get 50 points. Wearing their T-shirts, they get 50 points. They'll have to go to like a sponsor, like a restaurant, and then order a meal. And then if they tip 20%, they get bonus. If they get a picture with their waitress and their whole team, they get bonus points. If they get a picture with the owner, the waitress, and tip 20%, they get bonus points. We'll have a big party the Friday before, and every person that they bring to the party who pays an admission fee will give them bonus points. So it'll all be based on a point system, and I'm really excited about it because it'll be creative, it'll be fun, and it'll involve a lot of people.
Speaking of a lot of people, our good friend Eric, I was going to call you Andrew, Eric